Bob Hockers, Fox Sports. So what happened on the speeding penalty, and were you pretty confident you could come back through the field?
Yeah, I thought I ran my lights decent in my practice run. We always get that little pit road run before we take the green, and I thought I'd kind of mapped it out good. But we had a pretty big stack up on the beginning of pit road, and then of course tried to get back to my normal speed. I think I just overstepped it in a section, just kind of misread the timing on that. So that was on me. And then of course I knew that we had a truck capable of coming through the field since we were able to do it in the first stage from 16th, 18th, something like that. So it was fun doing it again. I was crossing my fingers that no one would wreck in front of me and I would have to avoid it, but came out clean with, I think, pretty minimal damage, so worked out for us.
And I know you came through the field, but was there any part of you when you took the lead on the pit stop and then it was raining and there's a chance it was not going to resume, was there any part of you that's like, oh, let's get to the finish so I can win one in more maybe fun way this year?
Yeah, I was thinking about that a little bit, how if we ended up winning on a rain delay or something, people were going to lose their minds and say I'm getting lucky and stuff, which it would be a very fortunate win, no doubt. But yeah, it definitely feels better when you can kind of follow through and win on track like that. So yeah, the conditions made it such a interesting race with how much grip we had out there, and it seemed like even if we were able to take the lead, it was like you could never let your guard down and you had to kind of always defend at all times. So certainly made it fun for me. Hopefully it's fun for the fans to watch and everyone supporting us as well. So just huge thank you again to Truck on Garage, Toyota, and Safe Life for all they do to give me a fast 100 today.
Let's go to Zach.
Zach Sterniolo of NASCAR.com. Congratulations on this, Corey. As you're going through the last stages there, as Grant gets into second place and clears Tanner, are you aware that he's closing the gap on the front end of that, and how are you then trying to manage that lead in the late going to make sure that he doesn't get to you, or at least you prolong however long that's going to take?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. There always seems to be some sort of accordion effect on these intermediates where they'll draft up to you right on corner entry, and then they kind of space out again because they have to find some clean air and run a higher line through, more distance through the corner. So normally you can kind of spread that out again, and like an accordion, it just kind of goes in and out, in and out. So trying to manage that gap and make sure that his runs were timed in my favor, I think was the main thing. So by doing that, I was trying to, of course, aero block him on entry and try to put him in bad spots, not to put him in a really bad spot to wreck him by any means, but do it respectfully. I think to the extent of what you see on Sundays a lot with these guys, they're having to move around a lot to take air away and whatnot. I think that's a lot of what I experienced today, and it's kind of what truck racing is as far as these downforce tracks having to really play defense more than offense sometimes, especially if you're leading these races. So, yeah, just a pretty crazy race. It seems like the more grip we have here, the more it turns into those style races, and today was nothing short of that, so definitely entertaining for me.